Thanks for tuning into another episode of Quick Reaction TV. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for new releases. Our goal is 500 subs. We've got a good selection today.
Lights, though, when it comes to the aurora borealis. In fact, some of these solar storms can actually disrupt and even damage technology on Earth. The Carrington event happened in the year 1859, stands as the strongest observed solar storm in modern human history. Now, that caused a lot of problems. It's back when we had the telegraph, but we almost had one in 2012. Earth narrowly missed that one. So if or when it happens, a solar storm that impacts the globe could become a $2 trillion disaster, because it is a magnetic energy that comes through with these storms, and that's where we could have problems. If it were to occur, might take a decade for us to recover. Some of the destruction of communication infrastructure could bring about the end of the internet. You heard me right. This idea was actually explored by a UC Irvine student. She researched the potential in her paper entitled Solar Superstorms, Planning for an Internet Apocalypse. One of the greatest dangers facing the internet with the potential for global impact is a powerful solar superstorm. Well, the federal government has actually assigned a team of scientists at George Mason University $13 million to study this potential internet apocalypse and keep us away or help us prepare for dealing with some sort of solar storm that could cause this. Let's bring in the principal investigator for the project, Professor Peter Becker is at George Mason University. Peter, solar storms causing the internet apocalypse. That sounds like a worst case scenario. What does it look like?
Yeah, well, as you pointed out, it's been in the news a lot lately. There have been articles all over the place, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post. But yeah, the idea is there have been a lot of flares. Flares are when the sun brightens and we see the radiation. And that's kind of the muzzle flash. And then the cannon shot is the coronal mass ejection, as you mentioned. So we can see the flash, but then the coronal mass ejection can go off in some random direction in space. But we can tell when they're actually going to head towards Earth. And that gives us about 18 hours of warning, maybe 24 hours of warning before those particles actually get to Earth and start messing around with Earth's magnetic field.
Well, sir, you've certainly vanquished all your enemies, the elementary school, the local tavern, the old age home. You must be very proud.
No, not while my greatest nemesis still provides our customers with free light, heat, and energy. I call this enemy the sun. Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun. I will do the next best thing. Block it out.
Good God.
Imagine it, Smithers. Electrical lights and heaters running all day long.
But, sir, every plant and tree will die. Owls will deafen us with incessant hooting. The town sundial will be useless. I don't want any part of this project. It's unconscionably fiendish.
I will not suffer your insubordination. There has been a shocking decline in the quality and quantity of your toadying, Whalen, and you will fall into line. Now!
No. No, Monty, I won't. Not until you step back from the brink of insanity.
I'll do no such thing. You're fired. Take that Boulderama. Take that convenient smart. Take that nuclear power plant. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Okay, I want you to take a look at this right here. The Biden administration is open to a plan that would block sunlight partially from hitting the Earth to help with global warming. Now, I know this seems like a conspiracy theory, but it's not. This is a news story that's happening. It was a report that was commissioned by Congress. They say that, scientists say actually, the process is known as solar radiation modification. And it's somewhat geoengineering with the climate. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking about things like this, but Congress releasing a report about this. Now, the Biden administration, they say they are open to doing more research about this. They're not sold on the plan, but a lot of people are saying, many scientists are saying that messing with nature and the way the environment works may not necessarily be a good thing at all, because you don't know what you're going to get. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Very interesting that Congress has come out with this plan. It's a news story happening today. I'm Dave Bondi, not really giving my opinion much on this, even though it is a little strange. Leave your comment below and follow me. Hit the plus symbol right over there on TikTok.
Sun blocking at its
really?
finest.
Right towards the sun, huh? That's ridiculous.
There they go, covering up the fucking dark lines in the sky.
The world is
once
splitting.
again.
3D,
What
5D.
The
I've
hell,
shown
you
this
guys?
before.
I've seen this once in my life, and I got pictures, but I never got video footage of it. And there's clearly a big dark line in the sky,
Mitosis, the world is
and the
splitting.
plane is flying
The world
directly
is
over
splitting.
it, spraying chemtrails. What is going on, you
We are
guys?
at the end of the cycle.
Turns out what the ancients were trying to tell us is that Earth is actually made up of two planets. One 6,000 years old and the other 4.5 billion years old.
So
and
they
these
say.
two Earths are of different energy states. One is a very high energy state, one a low energy state. In the scriptures they're called a spirit Earth and a temporal Earth.
See, we currently have two holograms living here at the same time. Now, because the 3D Earth is affecting the 5D Earth, we fell in frequency. The 3D Earth is being propagated by the moon matrix. And because of that, you have moon people living amongst us, artificial intelligent beings that look like us, but who are not us. And you also have the sun people here of a 5D vibration. So we are going through the school here every so 1,000 years. The school separates those who ascend and those who don't ascend and who come back and do this again. So now what's happening is you have the sun people separating from the moon people. And this is all being done by the black sun. So what's happening below is also happening above. As above, so below. So like I said before, we reside here, but we are being projected out of here, out of the white sun. And this, we live in a mirror universe. The mirror universe that is being propagated by the all-seeing eye, Polaris. Yeah, but this is what's happening. The 5D is separating from the 3D. Sun people from the moon people. The moon people can't exist past 4D energy. That's why this whole infrastructure is falling down right now. So get ready for the great separation, y'all. Let's get it. Peace in.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
For the second time in 30 years, an impossible particle has struck the Earth. Scientists are calling this particle Amaterasu, which means sun goddess in Japanese. And it's about 10 million times more energetic than anything we've ever made at CERN. So what is a cosmic ray? How do we detect them? And why is this one problematic for physics? My name is Jorge, I'm a physicist, and we're going to talk about it. 99% of cosmic rays are baryons. That is, their nuclei of some sort. Of these, 90% are protons, 9% are alpha particles, which are the nuclei of a helium atom, and then the other 1% are comprised of other types of nuclei. Cosmic rays have many sources, and they have a broad range of energies. Behind me is a plot that shows this. Here we have the flux density, like how many we expect to see at a given energy, and down here we have the energy. These bands, gold, blue, and purple, tell you where they come from. The gold ones are from the sun, the blue ones are from our galaxy, and the purple ones are from outside the galaxy. The sun produces many cosmic rays, and these are passing through you any second. Our accelerators can make particles up in this energy range for reference, and so this is consistent with the kind of particles we see coming from our galaxy. The one that we saw in 2021, Amaterasu, which has just recently been analyzed, was way down here in energy. This is 10 million times bigger energy than anything we can make on Earth. If you look at how often we expect to see these, this is many, many billions of times smaller than the rates at which we get from the sun. Cosmic rays travel very close to the speed of light, and when they come into our atmosphere, they slam into matter in our atmosphere and create a cascade of particles as shown behind me. This cascade of particles can include particles that are actually moving faster than the speed of light in our atmosphere, and they produce light of their own. And this can be detected by photomultipliers that are spread out across a vast array. By correlating the detections you get across different sensors, you can start to backtrack to figure out where this cosmic ray came from. This kind of detection is called indirect detection. If you want to detect these things before they cascade, that would be called direct detection. You would have to do this at very high altitudes or in space. We've backtracked many of the intermediate energy cosmic rays and traced them back to these purple regions in our galaxy. So why is Amaterasu a problem for us? Well, when we backtrack it, it points to a region of the sky that doesn't really have anything there. Nothing that could produce a particle of this energy. There's a thing in particle physics called the GCK cutoff, And it says that these cosmic rays traveling at these high speeds lose energy by virtue of their interaction with the cosmic microwave background radiation. I have a couple diagrams here that show the main modes of resonance that cause these protons to lose energy. This implies that the source of these ultra-high energy cosmic rays needs to be within about 300 million light years. If we backtrack one and we don't see something within 300 million light years, it's a mystery to us. In order to make particles this high in energy, you need a catastrophic event. Active galactic nuclei, merger of black holes, merger of neutron stars. We do not see this in the direction from which Amaterasu came from. This is a great opportunity for physics and science in general. If you've made it this far and you like physics and science content, consider following me.
I have no idea how to drive without texting! Why can't I post this video? Hello? What did you say? Why aren't you looking at your phone, you psycho? Why is no one liking my posts? Well, I hate all your posts. Hello? Hello? Peter, Lois.
By Casey Reeves, sent in by Spencer from May 17th of 2023. Check this out. There's some sort of a anomaly over here in the sky near the sun. Look at that thing. How about that? You don't see something like that every day. And we're going to go in and take a closer look at this sky, this anomaly that's in front of the sun, and the sun is back behind this thing. Look at that. That is super bizarre as well. Looks like a giant beehive in the sky. And again, the sun is behind this thing, and it's the only thing like it in the sky. And you can see it's moving with the sun. Notice it's in a different location than the first photo. Look at the first one is away from this tree line here, and you're going to notice in the second photo, this anomaly, whatever it may be, seems like it's following the path of the sun. Watch how close it is to the tree line in this next image as we come to it right here. See, it's almost touching the trees, not literally, but it's behind the tree line in this photo, indicating that it's moving through the sky with the sun. And again, the sun is back there. We just saw photos of dual suns in the sky from Kentucky and South Dakota.
Oh my God!
The world to know that we are very, very close. And all the people on the inside know this. This is the key of disclosure. We are very close to some sort of energetic shift that the sun is going to do. There have already been multiple experiments, I've heard this from several insiders, in which they take ordinary folks and they put them into a room and they zap them with the energy that our sun is going to give off when we go through this change. They become very blissed out. They start to get really telepathic. They can move things with their mind. Everybody kind of goes into a psychedelic trip. Our government knows that this is going to happen, where there's no veil left, where we are wide open to reality.
What do you mean by that?
The sun is giving out massive unexplained radiation. It's actually radiating gamma rays, and this has scientists baffled. They have never seen so much energy radiating from the sun before, and they have no idea how or why it's happening, which has resulted in them launching new probes in order to find out. I just wonder what effect this might have on Earthlings, especially those who are quick to get angry, like myself.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. It's just a joke. Come on.
Talking about frequencies and the ability to communicate at certain frequencies, and also how those frequencies may affect us. Now, this is something that is now being brought out in the Senate Intelligence Committee. It's been talked about with different UAP events that have happened. We can also go back and look at the Rendlesham Forest incident, but it's also now part of the legislation, the health effects and frequencies. Well, if we go back and just think about what the NSA was pointing out in this report, they are talking about communicating at these specific frequencies, and it's been the focus. And all of this seems to be connected all the way through.
Now, in the NSA document, it talks about frequencies, which could represent numbers, symbols. A symbol could represent a complete idea. Could it be possible that a person tuned to the right conscious frequency could kind of entangle with these messages and in some way discern them?
This is where we can look at ancient cultures, Hermeticism, alchemy, and what that represents today in the modern world of physics. As above, so below. Everything is connected. Every positive, there's a negative. So if these things are possible, and science today says that they are, and there are people throughout history that have the ability to channel, to communicate, to receive messages, to send messages, then we have to look at somebody like Philip K. Dick and his ability to not only write about alternative history, a parallel world, the multiverse, and channeling. It's one thing to write about it, but where was somebody like Philip K. Dick getting this information? And he specifically talks about the ability of going into these worlds. And he wrote about this many times, including not only The Man in the High Castle and alternative history and alternative worlds, but in Valis. And Valis was a three-part book series. But what is important about Valis is he was writing about something that he probably didn't know anything about, which was the Black Knight satellite. And Valis was a satellite space probe that was brought here, orbiting Earth, that was channeling information down to the United States government.
After talking to Jimmy Church today, I had an amazing epiphany. First of all, he touched on the fact that the NSA has documents that actually...
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
So how does telepathy work? The entire body functions as a tuned vibrational system which transfers energy in a range of between 6.8 and 7.5 hertz into the Earth's ionospheric cavity. And that is set to resonate about the same 7 to 7.5 hertz. This is occurring at a very long wavelength of about 40,000 kilometers, or just about the perimeter of the planet. In other words, the signal from the movement of our bodies will travel around the world in about 1/7 of a second through the electrostatic field in which we are embedded. Such a long wavelength knows no obstacles. Naturally, it'll go through just about anything: metal, concrete, water, and the fields making up our bodies. It's the ideal medium for conveying a telepathic signal.
This is why they're trying to lower the population and block the sun. They understand as the sun get hotter, we get stronger as long as we out here sunbathing. And it's going to charge up your veins, which is called gamma radiation. If you got green veins, like what Shah Jamal said. Take a moment to read that. Alright, moving. So as that sun get hotter, we're gonna be like this. And like this. Because that sun going to get so hot, it's going to send out mass electromagnetic waves to charge us up like that. And then if they mess around and make us mad, we're gonna be strong like this. Bro, and these won't even hurt us no more. We won't even be scared of these, bro. We're gonna have skin strong as this, bro. We come out here and take the sun. You see how the trees is so thick and strong. And when you punch it, it hurt your fist. Because they out here all the time, getting in the sun, connected with, on the ground. Then, not to mention, we're gonna be getting mass downloads and learn more magic. You mess around, we're gonna turn you to a roach, bro. Keep playing. Black kings and queens on top. Peace out to gods and goddesses.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.